Hey, Matt here, and I wanted to shoot this quick video with this new scalping indicator that I've been using the last 2 weeks. Okay, so a lot of people are messaging me, hey, how's it working for you? So I wanted to shoot this quick kind of testimonial video and real review because if you search for reviews on this thing, all they do is they show you the sales page, right? They don't show you the real trades. So what I wanted to do is actually I'm going to show you what this indicator does. And what I love about this thing, and if you're watching this video right now, what this did for me was it removed a lot of the emotions, right? I always second guess myself. When do I get into the trades? When do I get out of the trades? And this indicator helps remove that, right? It's simple. It's easy to use. It's literally buy and sell, okay? It doesn't get any easier than that. So I'm going to show you how I trade this. Now, number one, I highly recommend you only trade this with one pair at a time. Okay, don't open up 10,000 charts. This works on any pair, and it works on the 1 minute and the 5 minute. So it is a true scalping indicator. I like scalping better than swing trading for a couple reasons. One, I'm in and out. Two, my stop loss is very small. It's about 8 to 10 pips. Those are my losses. I'm averaging about 8 to 10 pips on the loss, and I'm averaging anywhere between 30 to 40 pips on the win. Okay, the win rate on this thing right now is about 56-60%. And again, it's a 3 to 1 risk reward. If everything I just said just kind of went over your head, like what the hell am I talking about? What that means is this is a profitable indicator. Okay, it just means you're going to make money over the long term, right? And I want to show you just how simple this thing is. So these shaded boxes are just session times. The red one is London, the blue one is New York, and the green one is Asian, the Asian session. Now this is a trend-based indicator, so it does work best at the beginning of London, beginning of New York. Okay, the flatter times, it kind of gets choppy and it doesn't really go anywhere. So I don't recommend trading it. But you can see how easy this is, and it catches the big moves. So you can see this is right before the London Open. Gave you a sell right here, and it went down for about 50 pips. It gave you a buy right here, so you could just take the buy. This would have been a loss of about 14. Then you take the sell. Could have went another 50. You could have moved your stop down here. I kind of trail my stop with this thing a little bit. Or you can just take, this would have been about a 7 pip gain because of this candle right here. Price shot up. And then you can see this is Friday, so it just chopped. It just kind of lost the volatility. But just by looking at this chart, you can see how simple this is to trade, right? You just take the sells when it says sell. I let it ride down to the buy. When you get the buy signal, you close the sell trade, you open a buy, you go from there. So let me just back this up so you can see. So you can see how the Asian is just kind of like, it doesn't really go anywhere. So I don't really trade it in the Asian session. But again, you see the London. This is before I would have got in. Got in there, taking it down about 50 pips again. Get a buy here. You could ride it up for 30. Get a sell here. Could have taken it down 40. This buy would have been a loser, about 8 pips. But what I want to do, you can see, okay, this is GJ on the 5 minute. Personally, I trade the 5 minute just because you get less signals. You don't really need a million signals to make money. The chart's like right in front of my face. But you can see this one again. Remember, the blue is the beginning of the New York, so this is 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So you can see it went up, boom, 40, came down about 40. So I mean, that's 80 pips right there. That's insane. All I'm looking for is about 20 to 30 pips a day. So I mean, for this thing to be getting, I think it was this trade. What day? Oh, it was this one right here. Check this out. This was, what was this, Wednesday, I think, this week, when all the pounds just shot through the roof, right? Well, look at this thing. This caught it at, it was 7:35 Eastern Standard Time. So I actually caught this right before I dropped my kids off to school. I just put in the trade. Look, you don't get a sell, and boom. I mean, it literally shot up 140, 120 pips. It shot up, and it rode all the way up to about here. So you're looking at 187, 190 pips on that trade, and it caught it well before this thing shot up. Okay, so the point of this review, again, was really just to show you what's going on in recent trades. Let me show you real quick my trade journal. So this is from 8/20. So you're looking at these last 2 weeks right here. So last 2 weeks, 36 trades. This is, keep in mind, this is London and the New York session, okay? So it's 10 days of trading, 2 sessions of trading, okay? Again, it's like bouncing around. But you can see it's about a 56% win rate. So the win rate's about 50-50, but that's really not what impresses me, and I could really care less about the win rate, so to speak. What I'm looking for is a positive expectancy and a high risk to reward, or high reward to risk, whichever way you say that. But anyway, what I'm looking for is, I'll show you real quick. So this averaged 551 pips, just off of GJ. I only trade this on one pair again. It does work on any pair. I highly recommend sticking to one pair until you become confident with it, and then you could add other pairs. So let me just show you real quick. So I'll filter this by losses. So you can check out my losses. The biggest ones are 15 pips. The smallest ones are obviously -2, but you're looking at, if I just highlight all these, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the average is -8.875. Call it 9 pips. So the average loss is 9 pips. And then the average win, there's a couple break-evens. We won't count those. It is what it is. The average wins, if I include this 190 pip one, which kind of skews the numbers, so I'll show you both ways. Again, I don't know if you guys can see this. It's really faded, but the average is 38.5. So the average winner is almost 40 pips. The average loser is about 9. Call it 10 pips, just to round up. So that's a 4-to-1 risk to reward. At 50% win rate, that's going to make you money. At the end of the day, it's a positive expectancy. Let me take out this trade. Watch this. I'll just highlight these. It drops down to about 29.58, so 30 pips. So you're still at 3-to-1. Now here's how I trade this. Let me just show you real quick. Because this thing, what's cool about it, it will send you push notifications. Do not take the take profit and the stops on the push notifications, because it puts you at a 5 pip stop and it puts you at a 10 pip gain, right? You're going to get stopped out almost every time, because if you look at this, like, you'll get in here, although you would have almost won that one. But my point is, it usually pulls back a little bit. So what I do is, when I take this trade, right, you get in here, I'll put my stop way up here. I'll put it at 30 pips. All I'm doing is I'm putting it above the last swing high. So maybe 25 pips. This is at 20 pips. I'll put it up here because, again, you might get chopped like right here, but it comes back for a small loss. So it's not a huge loss. So you don't have to be afraid. Basically what I'm saying is, don't smother your trade. Okay? If your stop is too tight, you're going to keep getting stopped out. I actually haven't been stopped out yet. I take losing trades, but it's because I get an opposite signal, right? And I'll close the trade for a loss. I just close it. I'm like, all right, I'm done with this way. I'm going the other way. This is part of the reason I like this system, because it's helped me remove that emotional bias. Like, I would stay in losing trades because I didn't want to be wrong, right? So this helps me just get out of the losers. So I get out, I go in the other way, and I let it ride. So again, I use this on the 5-minute. You could drop it to the 1-minute. It does work there too. Obviously, you're going to get a lot more signals. But what I would do is I would just set up a rule for yourself. Once you hit, I mean, that's 30 pips right there. I don't know. Once I hit like 30 pips, I'd be done for the day. Otherwise, you're going to trade. You're going to take way too many trades. You're going to be over trading. But you can see on a 1-minute, I mean, this is 13 pips, 13, probably go for like 10 pips at a time, 10, 20 pips or something like that. I mean, you could scalp. Look at this. Should be good, dude. Oh, look at that. Boom. That's the same trade, 56. Again, I like the 5-minute just because it's less signals, but you could come down to the 1-minute, easily trade this. Here, I wanted to show you real quick. This does work on any pair. So here's, you could see the same thing. Euro USD, but again, only stick to one pair at a time. That's how I trade this, and the results are solid. So, I mean, if you guys want to check this out, it is a paid indicator. It's not free. It's not expensive though, by any means, and it's making me money. You could easily make the money back in one trade. I'll put the link to go check out the indicator. It's super easy to install. You just throw it on MT4, boom, you're in. You could literally start taking trades today or tomorrow, depending on what day it is when you're watching this video. But again, I just wanted to shoot this quick video, share some real results from this indicator. Once again, because there really is no real reviews out there. So I love it. I recommend it. I especially recommend it if you're a struggling trader, if you're looking for a way to remove that emotion and stop guessing and get more consistent results. Use this, stick to the rules. The rules are super simple. Again, anybody can do this. But all you have to do is just click the link, go get it, and test it out. Come back, hit me up, shoot me a message, and let me know how it works for you. All right? Take it easy.